Oh, there he is. Nice. Dude, I was sitting there daydreaming. All right, guys, what is up? Today we're gonna make the blackest fishing lure humanly possible. Now, you might have heard of Ventoux Black or something like that. The blackest black paint on the planet. Well, there's a guy named Stuart. There's a guy named Stuart Simple from Culture Hustle. Bro, I can't even say that. It's a guy named Stuart Simple from Culture Hustle who didn't like the fact that Ventoux Black was like $1 bazillion an ounce or whatever it was. He made his own version called Black 3.0. I'm gonna paint this lure with it and see if it actually catches some fish. So let's jump into Fusion and show you what lure I'm gonna paint first. All right, guys, so I got a request from a Patreon member to do a wigglewort style lure. So I went out and grabbed one and pretty much made, not a totally exact copy, but pretty close to an exact copy of the wigglewort. So I'm just gonna run through the design real quick. We're not gonna go in depth. If you wanna go in depth, I got a link to a playlist below that kind of walks through step by step how I do this stuff. So the first thing I do, I'm just gonna use the loft technique for this particular lure. I have my front, middle, and rear, and I'm only doing halves here. Even though the front is a circle, I have a line in the middle, because I'm just gonna do half of the lure and then I mirror it when it comes time to. And then here is the middle profile. These two lines here are gonna be my rails to keep everything in line. So once you loft that, boom, you got a nice profile of a wigglewort. Let's turn off these sketches, they're in our way now. And we just keep going along here. What I do here is I split it in half, top and bottom. I want this to stay solid, so it provides kind of a ballast. So this is gonna stay solid, and then I'm gonna shell the top half here. You can see that kind of at the back here, well, I'll show you. So I split it again at the head because I want the head to stay solid. That's gonna give me something nice to screw into and again, provide a little bit of weighting. So then we shell the top. So I'm gonna turn off these bodies so you can see better. I've made a shell here. I removed the bottom and the side and then basically just made this kind of shell at the top for the cavity. Nice and simple. We put everything back together, put a hole there. I turn it translucent so I can see a little bit better what's going on. I cut out the eye. I just did a sketch and did another split body to split this out. I then offset it a little bit, again, just to kind of account for 3D printing weirdness. And then we go through, I finally mirror it across. I'm gonna come in here, draw half of the lip, shoot it out. Again, I got all this like in depth in other videos that I'll link below. This is the original lip from the original lure. Makes it a nice deep diving one. Put it in there, cut it out, and then print it separately. So I ended up making another lip to make kind of a square bill version here. A little bit shorter lip, a little bit shallower running. I fish mostly shallow water. And this is the one I end up using. So I end up with like 4 different versions of this lure. One version of each has the lip not attached, so you can print the lip separately and then attach it. That's if you want to make it clear. And then I have one version that has the lip attached to the body itself, so it prints all in one piece. That's the version I ended up using because I'm gonna play the whole thing black anyways. All of these files are available in my Patreon group. You get access to the STL files as well as this Fusion 360 project. You can do whatever you want to. Let's see how it turned out. So I printed this bad boy with some Tech blue nylon black. Should be pretty strong and impact resistant. I printed the bill on it straight away because I'm gonna paint it all black, so I didn't care. And I then painted it with some Krylon Fusion for my base coat, which should be a nice base for this super black I'm about to put on. And this is the stuff. Whoop. Black 3.0 from Stuart Simple, counterculture.com. There'll be a link in the description below. I don't like painting. I sold all my airbrush stuff because that ain't me, bro. So I'm gonna paint the whole dang thing black. Let's see how it works out. Just a wee little bit. And I have the worst brush possible. So, sue me, bro. Like I said, I don't paint much. Don't like painting. So I know you can thin this stuff and put it in an airbrush if that's what you want to do. At this point, all the guys that actually know how to paint lures are freaking out. Looks like I'm having some adhesion problems. We're gonna let it dry and then see what happens. But it's not looking good, bro. Alright guys, so first coat went down okay. There is some like missed spots where it didn't adhere. So it does say you need to put on 2 coats, so I'm gonna put on a second coat, but I'm gonna thin it out a little bit. And it says to thin it with water, so we'll see if that makes a difference. $500 times more paint than I need. The thin paint seems to be going on a little bit better. I don't know if it's just because it's the second coat or thin is better in this case. No clue. Follow me for more painting tips. No. I think it's coating better because I'm just like globbing it on there like a madman. Had to get a towel to blot off my brush here. Get it dry so I can see if I can thin some of this out. Take some of the excess off. But it's actually looking pretty good. All right, we'll let coat 2 dry, see what happens. All right, we're out at the little pond. Got my ultralight set up, my titanium Eris from Old 18 and the Blackest lure on the planet. It's actually, I kind of screwed up. There's a couple of like little aluminum flakes in there from my CNC machine, so it's not like super ultra black, but I think it'll be good. I hadn't even tested this thing to see if it swims correctly, so this will be interesting. Dives a lot deeper than I thought, but yeah, it's swimming pretty good, dude. Yeah. Got a nice wiggle to it. Can't go too fast or it gets a little sideways. I'm not the most accurate lure builder. That's why I prefer soft plastics. There's no rattles in here, so the only attraction, so to speak, is the action of the lure, which is pretty good. It's got a nice wobble, so. And I guess the hook will give it a little bit of flash as well. But not a lot of sun today. I think all the bass are still sleeping, bro. Can work my way around back to where I started and then call it a day. Oh, there he is. Nice. Dude, I was sitting there daydreaming. Bro, it's a catfish. That's hilarious, dude. That is absolutely hilarious. On the blackest lure in the world, a little channel cat. And look, he bit it, dude, right in the mouth. That is friggin' hilarious, dude. I am the greatest bass fisherman on the planet. Look at that bad boy. You're cold, bro. I know, dude. This is the blackest lure ever. Alright, bro. Later. Not the target species, but hey, dude. That's cool, man. Blackest lure ever made is a channel catfish killer. Killer!